We got Chance. Miles,
hey guys.
You've been relaxing lately, man. How's it going? And Chance, I miss you, man.
It's good to be back, friends. It's good.
It's been a long time.
It feels like a lifetime, but, you know, we're ready to rock and roll. The coffee's hitting, and we're going to be treated to some Rebirth action. Just thinking about it today, like what an evil thing to do. Like, put all these pros on such a small place and just have them battle each other out. Like, this is cruel.
It's pure gunny, Miles. It's pure gunny.
Easily.
10 out of 10.
Chance with the big mix of, streamers, AMs, and also CDL pros. I mean, do you think that this is going to be pretty simple on paper from what we expect, or do you think that there could be some upsets and surprises like we've seen last event?
There will be a massive amount of upsets and surprises, like teams of guys we've never heard of making it out to the top 5. I will say the only rule I have when it comes to Warzone tournaments, and I don't know if Rebirth will really switch it up, if Tommy is in the tournament, I am picking that team to win. Los Angeles Thieves have a completely stacked roster. Like, their roster they have would be better than their pro team for this format. So very excited to see those guys go.
Hey, Miles, do you have a favorite in this tournament?
I'm honestly, we've done many Warzone shows now. Chance and I have been through the gauntlet many times, and it's hard to bet against Tommy's team. That being said, though, Rebirth is a real different beast. Like, this is going to be small, fast, furious. We're going to see all sorts going on. Upsets will be there. Anyone can take this. I guarantee it. We're going to see something today that we've never seen before. Something wild is going to happen. So all bets are off. You may have your favorites going in this one, but expect the unexpected.
Well, the way the rule set is, right, I mean, there's going to be a lot when it comes to fragging and also staying alive. Do you think that when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, Chance, there's going to be a lot of big plays and hot action from the top players out there?
I mean, look, you're loading into the bath with an SMG that has, 72 bullets in the clip that, fries. So I don't think any player in this lobby is going to have, any struggles with the beamer. It's not like the pros can just overwhelm them with skill. So I think the skill will be pretty even across the board. Experience on the map is going to come into effect. So I think, honestly, I kind of lean towards any of the guys that have the Warzone experience. Maybe a Florida or a London Royal Ravens, especially if they got Jukies on the squad, could use that to their advantage. But I don't know. I think the pros are going to be in for a tough day.
You got that right. Okay, so Dream Crazy, outside of the Los Angeles Thieves and whatnot, who do you think is really going to be a heavy hitter this event? It could be a team, it could be a specific player, that could be a standout. Who do you really have your eyes on? And don't give me the simple, easy answer out there.
Oh, no, of course not. I already gave you my top 3 pretty much. I would say Paris Legion, because they have Skullface. And watching Skullface play, he's really, really good at Rebirth. But this team, they have that ability to survive a long time in the gas. And obviously we know that the stim shot, that's obviously something that is, anything goes in this tournament. It's kind of cheesy, but it's allowed. So you want to use that. Look out for teams hiding in the gas, because when that circle gets closed, things are going to get wild.
Right, nameless, and because of this being a Warzone tournament, man, there's going to be no GAs, okay? So everything is going to be allowed. Do you think that we're going to see annoying things out there?
But we'll see some annoying things, right, for sure. She's talking about stim shot. That'll definitely be used by basically everybody in the tournament. I think it gives you a little bit of a speed boost as well, which is interesting. I was playing Rebirth the other day because I hadn't played it in a bit, and I was playing with Studdy, and he's like, yo, hey, you don't have stim on? What is wrong with you? And I put it on, and dude, that thing is different. So we're going to see some crazy plays out here today. And then, we talk about teams that we think can pop off. We'll highlight it once again. I think LAG is going to be a nasty team in this tournament. I haven't, been able to watch Huskers too much recently, but we know what he's done in Warzone. He's won so much, and he's been playing so well. But then having apathy there on this team, it's going to push him over to another level. He's been absolutely frying, putting in so much time. So that is a team I'm going to be looking at.
Right, and take a look at the teams once more. Optic Texas is going to be here, and I don't know about you guys, but Miles, I'm happy to see Karma in the mix, man. Do you think the OG is going to pop off? Right, finally.
Yeah, man. The GOAT's been doing his thing for a long time. He's still good. Every time I catch him playing anything online, you still have to tip the cap, man. Karma never lost it. He's still got it. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting to see him play. Of course, Holly's in that team as well.
Holly's better than Damon right now, though, I would say. She plays more Warzone. She's been playing great.
Right.
That's the facts. That's the facts right there. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see that team play. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, and of course, we have Zelair and Sebastian. Both those guys, content creators for Optic, big time Warzone grinders. They're going to be sharing the secrets. And come on, man, that's still Damon. Karma's going to come out and do what he does, man. It's going to be impressive.
Right, talk about the other teams that's out there. All right, Dream Crazy, when it comes to the New York subliners, take a look at the big names that are there. I mean, to me, in my opinion, those are going to be the big dogs to really beat.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you have Dylan Knight too, who arguably are like the best Rebirth players. And obviously having Z Smith, who's are like amazing, but with Aiden too, who like obviously can like lead them, have that little bit more of a leadership role. I think they're gonna dominate, potentially be a team to make it out, but another team that, on my pick, that could win the whole entire thing. I think they're going to be really, really good, and I can't wait to see them play.
All right, it's going to be enough of us talking here on the desk. Let's send this over to Miles and Chance. Fellas, let's go ahead and get this event started. I can't wait.
Throw it to us, Felly. Give it to us. We're ready to rock and roll. We've got ourselves a lot of games to get through today. Of course, the semi-finals first up and foremost, but this is going to be something. We have seen a lot, Chance, in the Warzone world so far, but I don't think anything is going to quite compare to this. Rebirth is about to explode. Maybe we've talked about it to no one here on the desk, and again, it's going to be a day of pure gun skill. I feel we're going to see some very, very exciting kills today.
I mean, you know, we get to watch a guy like Capsule, like just on a normal map in Vanguard, and he slides around like a maniac. You give him stim shot, and like, I don't know if that'll be like the holy grail for him, where he just gets to unlock effectively a superpower. But I mean, it'll just be interesting players to watch across the board. I would say, as far as like any analysis goes, obviously like the multiplier kicks in once you get top 3. I think that's sort of the goal for any of these teams. Like, if you're making it that far already, I think you're going to be accruing a decent chunk of kills. But once you get that top 3, kicks in the 1.5 times multiplier, you should be in a good spot. And I'd have to imagine any team that ever wins one of these things to get the 2 times multiplier, that might just be like almost outright good enough to get you like into the top 5 to move on from the semifinals. So place in the points, make sure you get top 3. I think you'll have a good time. And I think really I'm curious about what like the kill record is going to be at the end of these teams. I mean, what are we expecting? Like double digits for sure. But are we talking like 20, 30, 40, 50 plus maybe for a team? I feel like 50s probably be too high, but I'm not going to claim to know a single thing about Rebirth. So, I mean, really, who knows?
Well, we'll see, man. Again, when it comes to the level of skill, we've never had this much concentrated skill in a single place when it comes to Warzone, so it's going to be fun. Lots of great players to be looking at across the board. I believe we're going to be taking a look at some of them right now, but again, it is a star-studded affair, not to mention our 4 teams who have managed to make it in through those open qualifiers. So anyone can get the job done today. That's what makes it so exciting. Rebirth is going to be wild. Anything can happen. We've got a lot of pros playing in this one. The Warzone Demons, as we've said, top streamers from all across Twitch, YouTube, you name it, everywhere, baby. They've been going at it for a long time. And here we go. Looking at some of our teams here. I think everyone's getting ready to rock and roll. Drop number 1, Chance. It feels close.
And again, I mean, just looking at the weapons you could use, I can only imagine. Like, you have an SMG with 72 bullets in the clip. Reloading is never a problem. You can literally side 20, 25 feet. Everything is a laser beam. And obviously, when you have some of the most skilled players in the world using these, I mean, it is just devastating. Like, positioning is going to have to be on point at all times. Literally, anyone is capable of just absolutely world-starring you if you miss a single bullet. So, got to make sure you are Johnny on the spot, ready to go. Teamwork and comms better be flowing. The game plan needs to be there as well, because I mean, there might be a situation if there's a hot drop off the map, if everybody wants to land like dead center in the prison, like it's just going to be chaos.
Well, I hope so, mate. Here we go, though. Drop number 1, the first of many today to determine who makes it to our finals later on this afternoon. And here we go, brother. This is going to be something
oh my God.
Everyone strap in. The first drop is now upon us. Will it be absolute pandemonium and chaos? Well, I'd hope so. Rebirth Island ain't that big. But again, looking across the weapons, we're going to be seeing some fun loadouts indeed. Hoping to see at least 1 sniper per team, but let's get things going. Paris Legion, I'm ready to party. Chance, I'm ready to tango, and here we go. Our first drop of the day.
I think if nothing else, one of my favorite things about commentating, like esports in general, but Call of Duty especially, just some of the gamer tags that you get thrown in the mix. We were talking about a guy named Skullface, and like, I mean, that's as intimidating as you want to have it dropping in, but there you go. Helicopters, by the way, already abound. Forgot about those strats, but you control a helicopter, you control the action.
Yeah, you really can run the show, but as far as things go, over to Kem. Drops, loots, this is the name of the game, and again on Rebirth it's a lot faster than it has been. First opening battles are going to be going down, and we like to see it. Kills coming through all over the shop. Can we get some cleanups? Decent tags as we are off to the races already. Howdy doody was welcome to the party, pal. Finds himself a couple. That's going to be a sweet 2 to get things going.
Dude, just to add to the chaos, by the way, yeah, he's being hunted level 3, getting sniped, getting clapped, whatever the case may be. I mean, they're getting hunted. They already have a supply run active. This will be 10 teams on the map in close quarters effectively the entire time. And you just better be ready to go. But I mean, I already see what 3 self-reses for the team. Wars had to burn his, but certainly not in the worst spot. Comms are flowing and a couple kills to their name.
Interesting to see Wars on something less than 100 ping for I think the first time in my entire life. We'll see what he can bring now. I believe he's somewhere in North America. I know Juki's playing for the Ravens. He's already based out of California for now. I think he's in LA. Might have to go say hello after this one. Maybe even congratulate him. Who knows? The drinks well and truly will be on him. Here we go though, over to the other side of the board. This is Otter on your screen. Cash is up, trying to find the boys some money. And again, that's going to be very, very important indeed here on Rebirth. You want that cash flow supply still coming through. You can get your teammates back in, get those fast redeploys, and of course, loadouts, friends. That is what is going to really set these teams apart. Once the loadouts come into play, again, we are expecting at least 1 snipe per team. A lot of, you know, common weapons back in the meta, like the XM4. Things looking good. Obviously, the Owen gun is absolutely disgusting. We will see though, as here we go, Otter absolutely cooking man's. Grev got taken clean out.
Gotta love the fire shotties. They will just shred you to no avail. But I mean, I think we saw War Z. That was maybe what, 4 or 5 kills that they had across the board, jumping over to Tommy and Almond as well. At least for him, it's going to be 2 for Noobs. As a team, God only knows, but these comms right now are flowing.
Yeah, it's still good. Again, this is one of the teams that we are certainly expecting to be one of the faves here in the tournament here. In our first opening drop, 3 kills already. Noob's having a good look so far. Rat-a-tat-tat, cross-map, nice shots indeed. And again, this is where the loadout's coming through already. That Owen gun, good to go. Cash supply looking great right now for the team. They're all looking fine. And they keep at the pace though, because again, kills are going to be very, very important. Nice shots in. Oh, that was Aiden brought down by Noobs. Big kills. And a sweet start again. The LA Thieves looking hot so far.
And we got word this team already has 9 eliminations, and I don't know if we got word before those next 2 came through, but they are truly flowing. I mean, you talk about loadouts. It's not just for the weapons that you get. The fact that you can unlock Ghost, because you see that UAV is called, and the entire map is lit up like a Christmas tree, so they know exactly where they need to look. Calling out snipers. They got the streaks when they need them. And again, these comms right now, I mean, this team is so quick to do it. By the way, just took a notice there, 9 squads remaining, so someone already met their early demise.
It's fast, man. It's crazy. Good awareness, nice tags. Not able to quite get the kill just yet, though, but for Noobs, this is so sweet. He still has that precision. Oh, no. Has a precision. Manages to slide the cheeks just around the corner. The nade can't quite finish him. Very close to being brought down there by that sniper there, but Noobs is still up and about, living for now. Over to Tommy. And by the, we've just received a quick update. Optic Texas have been eliminated. They're one of the teams to have been taken care of now. Over to Tommy, taking on his teammates. Vivid Awakening, that was the Florida Mutineers in that fight with them there. So, again, we'll see how this one goes down. For the rest of this team, Chance, I mean, LA Thieves playing all over the place. Certainly a spread affair across Rebirth so far.
I mean, hey, you got Ghost. You're just looking for a couple extra picks. I mean, we got word they had 9 kills. At this point, they might have 13 or 14, and one of the benefits of playing spread out, if anybody needs to just hide in a corner, stay alive for 30 seconds to wait for your team to get dropped back in, you'll be good to go. And I like the idea. This is probably how they've got the majority of their kills, basically just camping those loadouts when the players drop back in, but easier said than done. News right now is fighting for his life.
Man, he seems unkillable, though. He's running the Snoop skin. He's sliding, man. Plates are all good now. Keep his teammates fighting fresh. Difficult situation to get out of, mate. He makes it look easy. Again, taking care of those New York Subliners players, keeping them pinned down low, and unable to get their loadouts, unable to get into the fight. And with that, the pressure now still on. Here comes the kill hit. Ammo is going to be the biggest problem right now for Noobs. Rated goes in to find the kill, does indeed. That's Jackal been brought down. Tommy's once again been taken care of on the other side of the map. But again, right now for the squad, that seems fine. Alman a bit tagged up. Noobs the last player fully fighting fit now, and that's going to be an interesting turn. No one. Oh, no! Smith flies through. Absolutely guns him. Huskers finds one. Oh, it happened! From
there you go. Rated fell as well, man.
Oh
it was all at the exact same time. It just collapses. Everything falls apart. And they do have a ton of kills, so maybe not in the worst spot, but they're falling the second team to be eliminated, so they will eat their early demise as well. Join Optic Gaming towards the bottom. We'll be able to figure out later on if they got enough kills to stay towards the top, but for everyone else, I think we have another team is going to fall as well. But LAG maybe in a decent spot. 4 kills for Huskers. Still a decent chunk of players left alive, and obviously they got the bounty. It is the Florida Mutineers right now battling LAG.
With purple and gold being rocked again, they managed to pick up a historic victory at Major 2. Can they keep it going here on Rebirth? Huskers, a legend of the Battle Royale scene. Currently sitting on 4 kills here at top prison. We saw the LA Thieves here a moment ago before being brought down quickly. And again, it is fast, it is furious, and that is 2 teammates down and out, dead. See that countdown on the left-hand side of the screen? They will respawn automatically if their entire team's alive. However, if someone can hunt down Unrational and Huskers right now, you can say bye-bye to LAG.
And I think Unrational hasn't played it up in a while, so he might actually be in a bit of a tough spot, at least down 1 armor plate. So he's in a delicate situation. Obviously, nowhere near his teammates. You see on the minimap a couple players in the top tower. Obviously, Vivid is still on that bounty, but 7 final seconds. Looks like everyone will be brought back in. And I think, 23 players on the map right now. That number should jump up a decent bit, or maybe only up to 25. Everyone camped out. It was only LAG that had a couple players in the pseudo gulag.
Yeah, I'm down.
I think Unrational getting kills as soon as people get dropped back in.
Yeah, again, at roof control, top prison, it is one of the most devastating points of interest here on the map. Unrational trying to find a couple of tags or 2 with that sniper in hand. Buy now, get themselves back going. Again, a little bit of money to be had at this point in time for the team, as we'll see. Fast buy, what we're going to grab. Self-revives, up and about. That's all good. Keep the pace up right now for the squad. 6 kills for Unrational. He's looking absolutely fine so far. As Huskers still remaining top of the prison, he is going to be the absolute warden for now. And here comes the hit. Mutineers, you better buckle up. Here comes the fight. Oh no, who was that? It was Vivid. Vivid still alive. The hunter becomes the hunted. As a nice kill comes through, Unrational and Apathy, they've got to go big.
Yeah.
Bro, there's so many like individual players, I think, because you have 7 squads, but only 17 people in the corner. At least gets checked. Will Belichick, the coach for the squad, there for the trades, but we have lost another squad. We're down to 6, and again, only 20 players. There might only be I think LAG had an extra player, but this might be one of our only full teams left, maybe. I think one other one, but Florida not in a terrible spot. And Vivid, I mean, he's got 6 kills, a smile on his face. He's feeling pretty good.
Vivid, he's been smiling like a maniac for a while, man. He's having a great time here on Rebirth, flying around. Good tags, first down, the crack as well. Oh my God, the Mutineers have washed their way over that team. They're having way too much fun. Again, when you give a professional player a weapon like the Owen gun, you let them run rampant like this. Like Vivid is shooting hot, one of the most accurate players in the Call of Duty League. Now he's running the show on Rebirth, 7 to his name. As the circle closes again. These guys are having too much fun, Chance. 6 teams remaining.
Yeah, Awakening only has 2 kills right now, but for those who don't know, Awakening, as soon as he came into the Pro League, there were so many moments where everyone was like, wait a minute, is this guy cheating? Like, that is unreal. And maybe a couple Warzone players getting the Awakening experience, but I think everybody just sort of collecting the final goods, camping the outer storm, or maybe looking for a nice pick. Nice shots coming through, and there you see the moment. 5 squads left, no more Resurgence. So it is 5 teams, 20 total people. I think everyone actually might be fully squatted up.
This is going to be a big old finish. I wonder how many kills Will it's on. Again, coach for the Florida Mutineers, having a good time so far. Again, comms, Chance. One of the things we talked about, it was touched on quite a lot in the desk. Professional teams bring a lot of chemistry already, and look at the way they're running this together. No one flying solo. The exact opposite of the way the LA Thieves played. As the Mutineers grouped up, still finding kills, and Mantle, you can tell Vivid doesn't play a lot of Warzone until he's ranked up his car. Oh no, not the patty.
Oh, there goes Dave.
Oh, and it was New York subliners.
I think that's on top. So yeah, that might be a full squad above him. And you already saw what they had pinged out, right? Ready to make their move towards that like next building, but you got a full squad above you. It is all about that timing. Good luck fighting him in the parachutes.
There's a long way to run across that open field towards the safety of the circle. And here we go, straight out of prison block. It may be 3 men, but there's people outside looking to put them back in behind bars. Oh, man. They're taking the long way around. I like it. Playing under as much cover as possible. Through the yard we go. Plenty of noise being made all around them. Gunshots, you name it. Oh, go on, Vivid. No, there's the big tag. It's Smith from up high. Nice kills. The Mutineers starting to bleed out, but they got a lot of kills either way right off the rip. Chance. See the subliners now getting involved here. Over to Coach Willacek. Oh, he's brought down as well. Awakening, last player left alive now for the Mutineers.
Yeah, it turns out the high ground is exactly what you need pretty much at all times. And, well, while the Mutineers are struggling, so is LAG. Unrational, the last man standing. And obviously there is no Resurgence. Doesn't have the cash to buy a friend, but at least gets another gas mask. So he can take his time on the outskirts of the map. But right now, this is a game of survival. Again, if you get to the top 3, that's where the multiplier kicks in for Unrational. That is his goal.
He's trying, man. Run, Gary, get your move on, son. He's tagged up, no more plates left. Oh, he finds one. This could be a little saving grace for now. Any more kills to be had? It's a goal, Scream!
3 teams left now. 3 teams left, by the way.
It's the final few moments, and we talk about demons. Let me introduce you, friends.
Awakening's gonna die for sure. No, Awakening's dead. We already saw from another feed it was 3 teams left. There's no hope he makes it out of this.
No, don't ruin it. Chance was trying to build some momentum. It's Demon Joe. This is finds one. Takes one with him to the grave. We'll take it.
I have a stim. Tom's.
Bates is up. 3 teams remaining.
He is so deep in the storm.
He's got so many stims still to run with. So again, this is the gas plays we've been talking about. There's a lot of time to be had here. I mean, this is awkward as hell, but wait for the stim. Here we go. Keep the fight alive, and we will see what happens here to Bates.
1v3. 1v3, by the way, for Rebates.
I'm just going to try to go for a snipe.
So Wars team now in the final remaining moments.
I just got to go for a snipe here.
Yeah, just get a
Bates is trying to get at least 1 kill out of this.
Yeah, just get 1 kill. That's all he's looking for, just a single kill.
They're in the points. Stim, slide, jump, do anything you can. Saving the plates until he's back out into safety. But here comes the fast rotate round towards the new circle. And that's it. Taken care of. Not a huge amount of kills across the entire team. Digimas, Finesse, and Ryder and Ebates again to one of the teams you said. They've come in through the open. They play a lot of Rebirth. Second place, not a bad finish for them whatsoever. They were within the points multipliers. That is that. Wow, okay, that was fast. Drop 1's already finished. And that was exactly what we expected, Chance. It was literally non-stop. And we saw some cool stuff. We saw a couple of sweet kills. A little bit of magic here or there, but... Lordy, we're getting some updates on the finish there of the final matchup and was... We got him over to the US. He's on a reasonable ping. He finished the game with 11 kills, Chance. 11.
Yeah, it was cracking me up. That is the first time in a few years that I've heard Paris Legion won. I was not prepared for that call in the slightest, but I mean, funnily enough, that was the drop we had right off the rip. I think Warzy picked up a couple kills. I mean, they had 4 or 5 and UAVs getting popped in the first 30 seconds of the game. So Warzy finished with 11. I mean, his team probably close to maybe 20, 25. On top of that multiplier, they are already in a phenomenal position. I mean, the clear cut, well, obviously the leaders now with the lobby.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, leads to the lobby for this brief moment. But hey, Desk, first drop's already done. It was a spicy one indeed. We got things going with a bang already. What do we make of the action?
You got that right. War started off the game hot right there. I mean, racking up a whole ton of kills. He kind of led the way for Paris.
As soon as they dropped it, Wars found like a full squad by himself, and it was mind-blowing. And what's incredible about Wars is he's actually one of those kind of, I guess, almost forgotten about players in the EU scene. He duels up alongside of like FIFA Kill and Jukies, who are considered some of the top EU Warzone players. So definitely already an underdog going into this. And obviously his squad as well, dropping 11 and 9 in the multiplayer. They set the bar right for that first game.
You got that right. Yo, Nameless, how do you feel about that first drop right there?
It was lit, man. I mean, you saw a lot of action going down early on. You can pick up a ton of kills. And then, you know, once the respawns are gone towards the end, it's that final circle rotation that is basically everything. I mean, we saw how Unrational was trying to play his life, you know, trying to get through the gas, buying a gas mask. We're seeing some cool plays with the stim that we saw there at the very end out of Ryder squad. So, I mean, we saw some cool plays. It's really just about having the high ground, make sure you're rotating a little bit earlier, which Paris Legion just had the edge on everybody else, whether it was RNG or they played the circle properly. They did a very good job, and they come away with the first victory there. And we're going to see a ton of upsets today. I wasn't expecting Florida to play so good throughout that game.
Yeah.
They sort of, when we went to their screen, at least from then on out, they were together as an absolute unit throughout the rest of that game. So, you know, different play styles that we saw. LAG did pretty good as well, and they were split up for a majority of it, and then they ended up getting taken out because they were split, but it also allowed them to get a lot of kills as well. So different play styles translating to different types of success.
You got that right. Dream Crazy, I want to hear your thoughts as we take a look at the replays from the first drop right there. It was fun. It was fast. It was heavy. And I can't wait to see the rest.
Yeah. So from obviously from Paris, it was smart. Like they kind of landed like along the edge side of the map, and they had that hunt going on with Validans. So just being able to wipe out as many kills as possible and set the pace, it was pretty cool. Obviously, the chopper play here, that's beneficial because you can move around the map, of course. But you just can't count out how beautiful that Paris has just played, because they were obviously set up in the position to where they could play the circle. But I really liked the fact too that Ebates, even though his squad, they didn't have as many kills, I really liked the fact that they were playing in the storm and just playing smart there right at the end, right? Play for that multiplier and don't necessarily try to engage in many kills, but just play it safe, play it collected. And yeah, I agree with you, Nameless. I was extremely surprised to even see in the top 5 there, Florida, man. Awakening playing alive here. At least he managed to get a kill. That's important. Just get another extra point before you go down.
They were doing so good, right, Dream Crazy? But there was a part where Vivid tried to go for a little ego challenge with the sniper rifle. He got caught off guard from his blind spot to the right. Florida Mutineers, it's kind of like they found a sauce and it was working. They were wolf packing, sticking together, racking up a ton of kills. They were having fun. I think that now that they kind of got the hang of it, like next round.
Listen, I was gonna say Florida does what Florida always does. They just somehow found success right out of the bat. It made it work, and they shocked everybody. So now heading into the next 3 drops, I think they've kind of found their groove. Reese knows not to take that sniper fight near the end of the circle. Maybe play a little bit more for that multiplier, but the kills are going in their favor.
Yeah, hopefully it turns out better for the next time. Yeah, exactly.
That's the key word, fun.
Yes. Now, speaking about fun, it was fun watching Noobs play. Noobs was insane. Just the top ground control that he was able to get, racking up a ton of kills. But LA Thieves weren't able to have the results that they wanted in that first drop. Moving forward, do you still think that they still got it?
Yeah, I think they're going to play great throughout the rest. I think it was just a little bit of a wake-up call. They tried to go a little bit rogue. You know, we saw a couple of them top prison playing their life, playing a little bit slow. But then they did split up, and they got caught out by themselves. I think it was Rated was the last one alive for the squad, and then he ended up getting taken out. So it's really important, like, if somebody's going to engage into action, to, like, maybe fall back a little bit and let them take that chow if you're not all the way there with them, so you can bring them back, right? But for them, I mean, it's just Warzone. It's going to happen at times. You think you have an easy chow, and you just get shot in the back. So for them, they still got a decent amount of kills, which puts them in a good spot after the first game. But they're a definitive threat going through the rest of this group.
You got that right. Can't wait to see a lot more of the Florida Mutineers, because round 2 is about to be right here. So let's send this over back to Miles and Chance. Let's go ahead and get the second drop underway. Oh, excuse me. We're actually going to go to a break. We'll see you guys soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We're playing Warzone today on Rebirth Island. It's a fun time. And Paris Legion were the first team to win the first drop, and they did it in great fashion. They start off the game hot with wars, and they ended it on top.
No, they did, and we got to witness it, right? We got to witness that first drop where they just seemed dominant and unkillable. But we're going to actually watch the last couple of seconds of the first drop on board with Wars. He gets the final 2 kills. Look at that sight, and he's not even in the gas. So you can tell that Wars was rotating with the circle, but to have that much control on the outer ring as well, I can see exactly why Paris Legion came out on top.
Right, and if Paris Legion continues on like this, Dream Crazy, I'm loving what we're seeing right now. Wars just came out the way, killing it. Otter's blasting, destroying, and Skullface with 11. I mean, this team is strong.
Wow, I'm surprised.
They set the bar high. Essentially keeping that consistency, but getting that high ground is important. As you saw, like a lot of teams going up in that tower sniping or going up top prison, like trying to find a way to either maneuver with the gas to where the circle plays in your favor is key. Because, you don't want to be in a situation late game where you're having to run away, you don't have your loadout, or just getting stuck in those sticky situations. So just the fact that they just were able to get as many kills in the beginning, that just set the bar high for them right there. So that's kind of key, and especially when it comes to Rebirth.
All right, Dream Crazy, is there anything else that you picked up from watching that first drop right there? And anything more you would like to see on second go?
Maybe some more, I don't know, maybe some more TBE action. I know we saw them for a little bit, but I mean, I don't know. Something unexpected, maybe a C4 blow up or something. I don't know. Everything goes right. So just something crazy. Maybe a knife, throwing knife across the map. I don't know. It's something nuts.
Right, now, Nameless, moving forward, we're going to try to get the scoreboard on point and keep track of the scores heading in throughout this. Now, consistency is going to be key. And with Paris on top right there, with all of the eliminations that we just saw, I mean, they're sitting pretty.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the margin that they won by, there's only 4 drops, right? Now you can play a little bit more safe. You drop in, you try to loot up, get your load out, you get to a good position, you sit up top, and you just try to farm some kills and last long to get that multiplier, right? That's why it is so important in the first 2 games. And I guess with this one only being 4 drops in the semifinal, that first game is the most important because now they have the grace where it's like, okay, if they have a blunder in this next game, it's fine. They bounce back game 3. And if they have a great game here, they're basically locked in for the top 5. So they're in a really good spot.
You got that right. Not too many drops left to go. And Miles and Chance, ready for drop 2, baby. So let's go ahead and take it away.
Thank you very much, Desk. Yeah, going to be cool, and we get to see drop number 2 just on its way now. And Chance, again, the Desk touched upon this quite a lot. Like some of the heavier hitters that we expected to come out swinging, not necessarily as high placing as they'd expect, but hey, man, it's Warzone, it's Rebirth. Literally anything can happen. And when it hits the fan, oh, you bet you're getting drenched in it. We'll see what happens in drop number 2, though. Again, top prison seems to be the spot to go to right off the rip, but decent amount of cash, get loadouts. There's going to be a game plan, and that is going to evolve throughout the day. And again, it's not like anyone gets to practice this. You get to play Rebirth your own. You get to totally go for that yourself. You don't get to practice against these players, these teams, and get to learn their tendencies. So there's going to be a lot of learning taking place, I think, over the next few maps, mate.
Absolutely. I mean, I think if nothing else, like something we saw from, I think it was Allman that was up top in like the perch and the sniper tower. Just the fact that if you get the high ground, you can sit there and like look at the entire map and ping all these different players and let your teammates like go and make that approach. Like the intel game is always on point. Wars' squad, we saw that they literally had a helicopter shooting people with a minigun like in the first, again, 30 seconds. So they just get control of different like sections of the map, and then you can just play off that as time goes. And obviously, as mentioned quite a few times, the high ground's on point. I think that was the biggest issue for Florida. Like they did a fantastic job of controlling prison, just never able to get to the roof, and then you just get swarmed on. So I know Paris is in a good spot. I think the New York Subliners also a team that is in a very good spot, at least early on. 3 drops to go.
3 drops to go, almost ready to get into number 2 off the rip. But yeah, as far as we've seen, we haven't seen too many great sort of snipes. Nice stuff out of War's team right off the rip. And again, wonderful to have so many British players here in the US. Thank God the world's opening back up. Friends allowed for travel. Friends getting over here, having a good time on these lowest possible pings they can have here on Rebirth Island. But yeah, again, as far as drop number 2 goes, expecting to see a little bit more action out of some of the heavy hitters that I think Chance would be a treat for us all. But we'll see, mate. Again, it's going to be an interesting turn of events when it comes down to, the tighter late games. Again, we are only sending the top 5 into that finals later on today. So we'll see how many of them can claw back up there. But Paris Legion get themselves off to a great start. Again, a couple more of the amateur teams making their way through as well. Anyone's disappointed you, mate? Who are you holding out against? Who's let you down?
Well, I think the only thing team that like comes to mind straight away, it has to be Optic Texas, right? I think they bit the bullet in the first like 45 seconds of game number 1 and were the first team eliminated. So, I mean, best case scenario for that team, they got 2 or 3 kills before they got eliminated, but they definitely need a strong bounce back performance in pretty much every single drop we have from here on out to make it to the top 5. But the good news is, I mean, you place top 5, you move out of the semifinals, you're at least guaranteed cash before you play in the finals. So certainly something to be looked towards too. Just one strong game for the bounce back. All Optic needs.
One decent game is all they need, but not an easy thing to do on Rebirth. And again, we think of the way this is all structured, the way the game plays. It's not easy to be consistent. That will be the key, as the desk have touched upon, and they will continue to touch upon throughout this entire day. Consistency being the number one thing. So we'll see if War's team can keep things going. Again, if Paris can keep the momentum up. We're very, very close to getting into our next match, friends. Drop number 2 on its way. We will see who comes out on top here on Rebirth Island Resurgence. Has been crazy so far. And if you did dive into that playlist, God help you, it was a sweaty mess. It really was. And again, congrats to those who have made it this far. Only the finest will make it to the finals later on, and we will see as drop number 2. Chance, here we go, my brother. What do we think? Any early wild predictions? Putting you right on the spot here, my friend.
No, I think you were going to see similar stuff from game number 1. I think subliners are going to be running amok towards the center of the map, going for the high ground. I imagine Paris Legion, Wars' team, will also have a similar drop. I think the issue is for a team like Optic or any of the teams that fall early, if you want to switch up your drop off the opening break, like you're just going to a different section of the map where teams are going to be feeling comfortable on, because I think any teams that have success, I mean, they'll just run it back and go for almost the exact same thing. So good luck trying to make these adjustments against the teams that have tried to hit that flow state. And we'll see if Paris goes for the same thing. I think it might have been Skullface that was like straight to the chopper as quickly as he could be, but they found a nice little section of the map, and you see the circle. I mean, basically everything but the bottom left is going to be in prime position, but dead center, I think they have their eyes on.
We saw those guys hit chemical engineering right off the rip last time around. It looks to be the same thing again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so far, it's clunking along nicely. Here we go. Right back into it. Exactly the same game plan as before. Loot, scoot, see if there's anyone nearby. With that same team, I highly doubt they're going to drop into the same spot. And again, you look at the way that Wars approaches this drop, you know, just seeing it from his POV only. He hits the top window. He has that high ground covered. If anyone's down low, you bet they're going to sniff him out and take care of him. But here we go now. Full knowledge that the building is theirs. They're going to loot up, find as much as they possibly can. And here comes the opening tags. And what do you know? Lightning strikes twice. They find themselves a couple more kills.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, they have the rhythm. They had the chopper control. They got the chemical engineering control. Now they're going to have a store nearby as well that they have control over. So they're going to have pretty much everything they want oh so quickly. And again, already a team has been eliminated. So I think that is very much a situation where you make a call off the opening break. You end up in some chaos and nothing pans out. But at least right now for Paris, I mean, in prime position, decent chunk of high ground, pretty much everything they want, and only $100 away. And I think they get their loadout.
We will see. There it is.
There's a 75. Maybe it's 75.
Load down. Loadies are up. They are good to go. Now, this is a devastating opener. We will see how much more they can make of this, but to have had such a clean opening, such an expensive start for them, couple of kills, now they've got full loadouts, chopper control, you name it. This could go very, very well for the Paris Legion team. Otter on screen. We'll see him make his way around again when it comes to loadouts. We're seeing a lot of familiar faces. Diamati out and about. Again, as a secondary, it's pretty damn disgusting. And, of course, the XM4, tried and true, the longest of times here in the Warzone world.
And this was the benefit of getting the chopper. You just go to the highest point of the map. And, I mean, obviously, it is a sniper battle. You have to be careful, and maybe that's going to be the first one to bite it. And it is Gorgo Knight, the man that takes him down. So the high ground is nice to have, but obviously you become priority target #1 for the rest of the lobby. But obviously, we get, what, a couple circles to go by before your team does not just respawn back in for free. So I think Paris right now, this is what Nameless touched on. They are just looking for consistency, want to just shoot to get towards that top 3 and really take their time with the game.
Yeah, it's taking their time. It's, you know, playing a little bit more conservative than they have, but already that's starting to bite them. Here comes a bit of pressure now from another team making their way in from the northeast. I say northeast, that's out in the middle of the bloody ocean, isn't it? It's about north, a little bit less east. Patience though still. The Skullface. Shout out Metal Gear Solid 5. That snapshot grenade, the first one that landed, he got so much intel out of that. Will the second net as much? No. There's players below him, actually. So, yeah, we're going to see the fight surely now. Try to back up his teammate. Otter's alone for now.
You guys have plates in
Get involved, lads. Couple more snapshots. Trying to provide his teammates as much information as they possibly can. Otter will be the one to go for the fight. Here they come. There's the first opener. Slides on through. Otter's finding a couple more. And oh my god, it is a clinical approach right now from Legion. DJ Mars, it's so white. They're all dead.
Gotta love having the loadout. You just get the near unlimited supply of snapshots, and who needs wall hacks when you can just throw that tack on the map? And I mean, that is a ton of kills to go by. And right now, I think the game is survival, right? 14 more seconds to get their teammates back in. But at the very least, a handful of kills they were able to get in a slightly delicate situation, but with only 5 seconds left. Surely, Skullface can survive.
If he survives, there we go. We're all good. Again, a bit of a worry for them at that stage, and maybe not a worry, but a consideration. They do lose their perks, so a lot of restocks going on there. Maybe a ghost or two, who knows. They will have to dive back onto another loadout to get those back, but the weapons will still be out and about, and hopefully the contents of their dead bodies have not been pillaged just yet. But for now, hello, another little victim on screen now for Skullface. Only 1 kill to his name so far, but it was a doozy. See if we can catch any more.
Any kill is a big one. God, you're just instant. Doesn't miss a single bullet, it feels like. And Allahumma gonna take that early demise as well. I don't know which team it was that fell out like instantly at the start of this game, but we are already down to 7 squads. And the intel always there, the shots always clean, the tags are certainly in, and maybe a couple players, you see all 3 of his teammates actually grouped up together, maybe waiting to plan their next move.
They were playing it real slow, keeping it chill, and again from this position you can do a whole lot for Skullface.
My team's pushing chemical right now.
Listen to the comms.
Wanna go top?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Waiting for the game plan now to come through, but Skullface chilling, absolutely chilling. 2 kills already to the name. Rest of the team's doing their thing. Look at this tactical insertion right now from the guys. Oh, we're hitting the roof. We're hitting the side door. We've got every angle covered. Tags are there, and it's going to be a lot of, explosives across the board. A quick look in again. Now the inside of the battle. This is going to be Otter's POV. As they are running the show here at Chemical Engineering Chance. It's all theirs. I would not come over here if I were anyone else in this game.
And again, just because they have Skullface is like the spotter for the squad, he can constantly give you those pings and make the swarm a lot easier. When you hear the call-outs, that's the last guy. You get the armor cracked and you go in for the kill. Wars is there, but so is the squad. Everything is popped, and the slides just to take care of it. That's not a squatty Lin, though, so maybe that player survived just long enough to let his teammates respawn, but either way, they are racking up quite a few kills around engineering.
Yeah, it'd be interested to see how other teams are doing for now. Again, for Otter, it's a couple of sweet kills. Our first place team definitely right now, but with 7 teams remaining, I'm still curious, who was the first squad that got eliminated right off the rip? They had a bad drop. That's another squad wipe, by the way. This team's absolutely running the show right now, as Wars. Skullface doing what they can to keep finding these kills. Otter's still got himself 4, and right now, mate, not a bad look. They've seemed to have cleaned up this side of the island, though, so I think it's time we start to migrate to the south, lads, and see what we can find.
And they're obviously in a pretty comfortable position. I saw maybe 2 or 3 teams. They're over towards prison, and well, Subliner's another team in the mix. They're waiting for Dill to get well, not buyback, but the respawn in 12. That should not be an issue, but you also want to be able to get your boy that loadout when he drops back in. So
I think it's worth. Where the buy though?
Ain't looking that way, but they are deliberating on what they want. Looks like a UAV is going to be the call, but I think they had obviously teams in front of them, 2 or 3 teams over towards prison, and they don't have a ton of high ground right now. NYSL in a bit of a mixy position.
We'll see. They didn't have the greatest of runs in the first drop, so here comes a hit towards second.
Oh, fire sale, I just wasted my money.
That's a mistake. That's a mistake. And now you've been spotted. Oh, from bad to worst. Slimy Dookie. What a name. What a kill onto Aiden. That's going to be that. Smith's trying to keep the fight going, though. Jackal's going to be brought down now. Again, the battle continuing there. Smith's going to get the cleanup still as New York Subliners mow their way through Harbor. Any more kills to be had? Maybe not. Back over to Paris. How we doing?
Well, we know they're looking over NYSL right now, so they got 2 teams in the middle. By the way, big game apathy, so maybe LAG having a nice bounce-back performance, but another team just got eliminated. 5 left in this lobby. And obviously, you know, 2 of these guys are nearby. UAV's pop, couple players falling, though. That is the battle right there. These guys, pairs versus NYSL. Over in that tiny little building, but you get the high ground. You have to imagine Paris in a slightly better spot.
Little sanctuary of chemical engineering now was once upon a time a safe haven for these boys, but now it's looking like a bit of a battleground. Players all over the spot. No tags there landing.
I don't know how weak that guy is.
It's the team just sort of keeping this position all under control, and that's what it seems to be the name of the game. And again, Nameless called it to a T. Paris Legion not willing to play too aggressive. Skullface still finding kills though. It's valid. Player on your screen, that threat sensor went up. So someone's getting a little bit closer, but I kind of like this out of again where Skullface is right now. He's at the furthest extreme of the map right now. He's far out. He's got full coverage of that building. You can help them, you know, if anyone does come in from the sides, the back side, keep them all covered. It's an interesting setup for now, and the shots continue to be literally perfect at range, Chance.
Yeah, I mean, just instant kills as well. No player will lack the beamer. No weapon in this lobby will be honestly that difficult to shoot straight either. So it is just so delicate. You are flying back in. You're getting shot at by a dozen different players in the sky. It is just, I mean, it is so delicate to try to stay alive in these games. But Bear's still in a fantastic spot. Everybody alive. They've given up a little bit of the high ground, but they've grouped up now together as a team.
You guys are cross? Yep.
Making their slow approach.
No second chances.
Well, you heard the man.
Resurgence is taken care of, yeah, so there you go. This is the official delicate part of the game, and only 4 teams left, so this is it, the final 4.
There we go. And Paris keep the spree alive. We're watching nearly this entire drop so far as they keep finding kills. Poor guy still the target now on the other side of the map. We'll see what he does. There's players getting dropped left, right, and center. There's numbers up there, top right. 12 players remaining. Still 4 teams. Resurgence is long gone, though.
Yeah.
Last loadouts. Last chance here. And here we go. This should be a decent fight. Again, Val has still got that player close enough to him.
I went up back to second.
As the threat center is up. But here we go. Over to Dill for the New York Subliners.
We still need one more.
That circle is not in a pretty place for them. They should be able to make it through prison to get there, though. But how many of these players are inside prison?
I mean, well, earlier on, there were certainly 2 teams at this point. There really is no telling. I'd have to imagine someone is on this roof as well, and maybe that's what they're going to want to clear out, but they got to deal with those claymores. Take a couple down, but certainly whatever team is above them knows that there's a squad down low, and there's going to be claymores everywhere. This will not be fun to try and clear out. There you go, UAV pop. That is a full squad above, and obviously this is the final 4. You cannot afford to be this next team wiped. You need to kick in that score multiplier.
Sublines having to play this very pensively. Cell by cell, clearing this place out. Eyes on a few more, trying to just get any stragglers. There's still, you can see his minimap is covered in red dots.
I'm dead. Are we safe in this corner? We're safe in this corner. We just need one team to die.
Okay, one team to die, you're in the points. That's it.
Outside, down low, under the stairs.
Oh no.
People on the shed that you pinged. 3 people.
As they now find themselves in 1-man down chance. Here comes the play. Gas is in effect.
And Miles, I'm looking at the live update, by the way. So Subliners right now in 4th place in this individual game, but obviously as soon as if they can make it to top 3 and you just get get that score multiplier popped in, they will start jumping in the standings. They are neck and neck right now with Paris, by the way. I think the final 4 are Thieves, Gorillas, Paris, and Subliners. If I had to guess, and right now lighting up, but this is time to move. This is trying to get out. This is time to get sniped from up top. The high ground they do not have. They are spotted. This is dire.
Smith is in trouble, making the best of a bad situation. Who was that? Apathy flies right into him, gets gunned alive. Takes care of 1. Makes the gas a little safer for now. Keeping this play going. Smith ain't out of this yet. Here comes some more. Who is that? Brought down as well. Skullface gone. Another big kill. And Smith somehow managing to find these kills in difficult situations. Still alive for now. Spotted. Here comes more pressure. Has anyone been man enough to really go toe-to-toe with Smith?
Yeah, he did.
Here comes the fly. 1v3. They're going for him, baby. Here comes the play. That should surely be it. And it's Otter to get the job done. A 2nd place finish for NYSL.
Holy fuck.
And not bad set kills either, mate. Knight with the 11 there. Dill find themselves 4. And the other guys, we will never know because of that player cam. But ladies and gentlemen, drop number 2 is done. What do you know? What do you know? It was Paris again. Top of the leaderboards.
Early favorites for the tournament win, potentially, Miles. I mean, 2 for 2 with the dub, getting a decent chunk of kills as well. I think they finished with 25 kills overall, which they get to double up to 50. And I think game number 1, they had, 28 kills? So they have 106 points total. I mean, that's absurd. That is your clear front runner. I think they could literally not play the next 2 games and still make it out of the top 5. So Paris Legion right now, I mean, wheeling and dealing in an incredibly comfortable spot.
Back to back, ladies and gentlemen, Paris Legion. Already looking very good so far. And again, trying to cement themselves into that top 5 to make it to the finals. They played it slow, mate. They played it real pensive. They didn't do a whole lot of running and gunning like they did in the first heat. And now everything looking a little bit easier for Paris Legion. They're going to set themselves up in a big, big way. Okie dokie. I'm surprised. Not going to lie. Good players indeed. But Desk, if I'm surprised, how you feeling?
I mean, I'm feeling super confident when it comes to Paris Legion right now. Outright, they're the best team out there, and they're absolutely killing it. The setups are beautiful, but also I want to give a shout out to Z Smith as well, because the performance that he was putting on at the end of that round was beautiful.
Insanely beautiful, Veli. Like Paris Legion, they're literally landing. They're landing in a spot that obviously they're clearly comfortable with, and they have a plan. I think at one point we even saw that Skullface had control of Biolab, and then like his teammates were pushed up forward, but he was still getting those like long range gunfights and helping his teammates out. So even if he died, his teammates are on the other side and they could just wait, spawn in, and vice versa. So just having that chemistry and then just being able to maneuver around the map, it worked again in their favor.
No, you're right, because when it came to Chemical, the setup was beautiful. And I love the fact that you called out Skullface, because it looked like he was playing the game on his own and even supporting his teammates, while the Wolfpack mentality with the rest of them worked out well.
And it's a huge surprise, right? We knew Paris was kind of like an underdog going into this, but to win the first 2 drops back to back, not only that, but the amount of kills that they had under their belt as well. We all get into this thinking about Los Angeles Steves, right? Tommy Ray and Amina Noobs. We saw from their scoreboard that it seemed like they had a lot of eliminations, but they are not playing their lives. They are not getting in that top 5, not getting into that multiplayer with the top 2 and winning the game. So now we start worrying about them, right? They only have 2 more drops and they have to get into this multiplier.
Yeah, I know, because only the top 5 advance, right? And as teams like start to win consistently, like you see Paris win back to back, they're basically auto-locked in that position, right? Like they're going to be in the top 5. And we saw LAG have a very good game there, so they have a decent amount of kills. So, you know, it's going to be a highly contested, you know, fringe 4th and 5th spot that we're going to see through these next couple of games. But I'd be excited to see the scoreboard. I need to see the separation that these teams have from each other.
No, definitely. Dream Crazy, you have something you want to say right there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, just to add to that though, with TBE, like obviously they're really good, really amazing, but like some of the problem is too is like we did have a Rebirth tournament, I believe a couple like last week, that a lot of teams know exactly where they land. Like I could tell you, they land Stronghold every single time, and then NYSL, like Aiden, he had that history to know to challenge those positions. So I mean, if that's kind of like what's happening to where they're getting like, people know where they're going.
She said, these are some big accusations on a stream here. These guys are getting stream sniped.
Yeah, it's just some easy read. She's just saying they're predictable.
I'm not saying they're stream sniping. I'm saying just like from watching them in the past, like just playing against
I got you, girl. They're predictable.
They know.
Listen,
I would never make
if I was in this tournament, I'd stream snipe Los Angeles Steves. You just have to.
Note to self. Don't ever play in a tournament with him, dude.
No, not at all.
I'm just joking.
You know who they should be looking out for? It should be Skullface. We're going to get into that in a second because, Nameless, we actually have the tentative leaderboards coming up right now to see who's where in Paris Legion.
Oh my God.
106 points
These guys
all
are
around.
having their way. They're absolutely world star in the competition. But no, looking down this list, yeah, like we said, so LA Thieves still sitting there in that top 5, but highly contested. Like we said, like it's going to be weird these next couple of games. Like if they come into this third game here and they don't play well, they're going to be in a world of pain. And this is a team that, I mean, all of us, we were thinking that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. Could you imagine they don't make it into the next round? It'd be ridiculous.
Well, like the top 3, Paris Legion, LAG, and New York, like that's kind of the teams we expected to be right behind LA Thieves, but LA Thieves aren't even in that conversation right now. It's actually the Florida Mutineers who are kind of forcing their way into that top 4, top 5 conversation heading in the final 2 drops, which was pretty surprising for me. It seems like Reese Vivid has been having his way in these lobbies as well. But the thing is, the separation between 3rd and 4th is like 20 points, right? Yeah. So, and then across the board, it's only like 1, 2, 3 differences between the middle of the pack. Yeah. So we're we're going to see a giant toss-up here, I think, when it comes to drop number 3.
And speaking about the separation, I mean, Paris Legion in front by 50 points. That's just incredible. LAG is in second with 50 points already there.
Those guys are locked.
Yeah, you got that right. But ladies and gentlemen, we have another drop coming on the other side of this break. So coming up, we're going to continue on with some more Warzone action. We'll see you on the other side. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back to third drop. This has been so fun and crazy so far, but we actually have a gift for all of you at home. We actually have a leaderboard of how everyone's doing individually, and Wars and Scumming on top with 20 apiece. That's hot.
It is, and then you got Otterize and Unrational and Z Smith following right behind. Again, we said Z Smith is one of those players that has been considered possibly one of the greatest Rebirth players. There's always some speculation there, but he is middle of the pack right now. But like we said, we got Vivid on there with 10, Almond with 10 across the board in the bottom 5. Huskers there as well. But again, it's Wars leading the lobby, not only in the individual player stance, but in the teams as well.
And you were saying during the break, Allie, that you were really happy to see Wars popping up this event because Wars is a beast, right?
He is a beast. For me, I feel like he's kind of that underrated player, right? Whenever it comes to the EU side of things, it's him and FIFA kills duoed up, or it's Jukies and FIFA kills, or if it's a trio, then it's those three together. So I feel like he hasn't been given as much credit as he deserves. So to see him popping off and winning those first 2 drops, it's incredible to see across the board.
He's killing it right now. Miles and Chance, it's time for the third drop, baby. Let's go ahead and get it underway.
Thank you, guys. Drop number 3, very, very close indeed. Mate, I'm loving what I'm seeing. And interesting again to see, you know, the high-scoring games out of Paris Legion doing wonderful so far. Again, Wars leading the kills, so 20 over 2 games isn't too crazy. We'll see how far they can go. But mate, have you sort of got a baseline now for how many sort of eliminations or kills you're expecting in a match as far as like a top team goes?
Well, if any individual player can get to the double-digit kills already, like that guy is having a phenomenal performance for your team. I think right now, if you are collectively able to get maybe 8 or 9, that's a solid game from what we're seeing so far, and maybe enough to get you towards the top 5, because Grev and Co right now, I mean, certainly on the bubble, they only have a kill-and-a-half lead over Florida Mutineers, but you're at 21-2, so double digits is sort of that like baseline mark. That being said, I mean, the fact that Wars and Skelmet have 20 elims apiece as individuals, literally outscoring 5 teams that we currently have. So I think those 2 guys right now completely putting on. I mean, Paris Legion with 106 points. Mathematically, I don't know for sure, but almost guaranteed top 5. They will be good to go. Subliners and Gorillas certainly in prime position to be those next 2 squads. But outside of that, it is an absolute dogfight for maybe every other team that's not Optic Texas.
Look at that. Yeah, that's true. 3 points, I believe, that we last saw. And it may be chalked, friends. You may just have to chalk it up. But as far as we're considering right now, again, it's as far as top of the board goes, we're playing for that top 5 position. I think that was you, Chance. Top 5 position again, making our way into that grand final. We'll see again who exactly those teams will be. I think a few moments, actually, because we're getting real close to being able to maybe call it, given the way these matches are going. A bit of a bubble there around that 5th place spot. Again, about 20 points seems to be the mark to try to break. We will see, though, friends. Again, that's drop number 3 on its way for one half of our semi-finals. Again, top 5 go to the finals later on today. Very interesting to see who gets this one, mate. Can Paris Legion do it again? 3 in a row. It would be very, very difficult to do, but they can do it, mate. They can do it.
I mean, at this point, maybe they should be the front runners for the entire tournament. I mean, 2 for 2 on dubs. And on top of that, I mean, they're leading the lobby like in slaying both times. It's not just Wars that has the 20. Otterize right now is 16. So he's 3rd overall when it comes to just individual kills. So Paris and LAG absolutely crushing it. New York subliners really not too far behind, but I think that is sort of like the baseline we have, right? If you're not placing in the top 3, double-digit kills as a team is where you absolutely need to be. And if you're placing top 3, you can afford to maybe have 8 or 9 collectively as a team and get that nice little bump. But right now, Thieves, Grab and Co., Florida Mutineers, Jackal gets like literally everybody that's not Optic Texas in my mind is still in this fight. That being said, if Optic can perform like Paris has for the first 2 games, if they can somehow just string together a miraculous performance, I suppose it is truly never chalked, but I mean, it is simply not easy. I mean, 3 kills for Optic right now in 2 games. That is a tough one.
Let's see if they can double it right here, right now. Drop number 3. Let's get it. Starting things off for Paris? No, it's the Los Angeles Guerrillas. So they seem to be enjoying themselves in the clear skies above Rebirth Island. Here we go, though. Quick drop. Where are we going to be landing, lads? What's the plan? Are we going top of the prison block? Where are we going? Are we going over towards the living quarters? It looks like that might be the spot where we've been dropping. We'll be first in. And will this be a clean drop from the Chance? That's really the question.
Well, I think maybe something that they've had an advantage on. Well, this is going to be a super hot drop. Everybody, everywhere. But I think if nothing else, you heard the echolocation that these guys were using to try to sound everybody out. So
the Batman
doing everything just for that extra edge.
These Batmen finding themselves off to a sweet start. We'll take that for now.
Is he 2nd floor still?
Hello.
Got him.
Oh, that player got ripped up.
In the bathroom, in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Here comes the attack. So clean that kill up. There's the cleanup. Teamwork coming through. Preemptive fire there. That was Dave Paddy. That was the Mutineers taking a couple heavy hits right off the rip. Not a good start from them. Again, I believe in 3rd place right now. Surprise performance out of Mutineers.
And so that's actually a massive moment right now for Mutineers because you can, like, they're a bubble team right now. You start slow, that is going to set you back for quite some time. And I think Huskers moving in for the kill. Got a player playing down low. You get your loadout called in already, and I think Gorillas, I mean, they're already in your 3rd place, maybe basically effectively tied with the subliners. So certainly one of your front runners, all about their business.
Decent amount of cash across the board now for the squad. Huskers being the big man at the moment with the 9,200. Over to the LA Thieves, a team who we expect to be performing a little better than they have so far, but now they're going toe-to-toe with NYSL. Rated being the target to protect on one side. Again, close, full red on the threat detection. These players are up and about, trying to find him. Noob's been a player I've been watching quite a lot recently, and again, he's been having a decent run of things so far. Will they keep up the pace? Again, still in a position to deal some damage and get themselves into that finals later on again here in drop number 3. Over to Tommy. Fights are on.
I'm sensor grenading. Oh, wait.
As we're all over the place right now, man. This is a frantic little jog around the houses of Rebirth Island.
I think that's why Snapshot's out. Well, it is Snapshots abound for both teams. I mean, you know exactly where everybody's at. This is 3 teams around this same area, and a couple players fall. The trades aren't quick enough, and Vivid at least takes one to the grave with them. So Florida get a nice little bump in points, but Thieves respond in kind. Noobs will respawn, but I think right now is about what? Yeah, finding the best loot you can. Has the sniper in tow and with an opportunity to try to make a play.
Boss one, nice tag, a speedy one. Here comes the re-engage, and this player is in so much trouble. Cleaned up, no problem. Dave Paddy, we'll see you later. As the Mutineers have been taken care of so many times, no chance. But again, the nature of Rebirth Island, the nature of Resurgence, no one Well, not the entire team's been eliminated, so they will stay alive for now. And oh my God, it's another one, but it's the Gorillas. It's Apathy. Takes that care of Almond. And this is a popping part of the map, man. We got a lot of top teams here duking out.
I got Husk.
Oh, we also got the Flying Saucer getting kills as well, but obviously he's still in a precarious position. Got a couple players down low. I think he's shooting a Gorilla in this side, but that player's made it to safety, at least for the moment. But already Thieves, I think they're going to be happy with this game early on. Plenty of kills they've been able to accrue so far, and again, they are vaguely on the bubble, but every kill is going to be a big one, and that's a Gorilla play.
Yep.
He's far.
Okay.
Timing with the comms, trying to locate the last member of LAG, put that team to bed. Dave Paddy's back in action, and now he's got $3,300 on his head. Rated, managing to find at least one, or being brought down again though, but Almond's still keeping things going again for the squad right now. Not a bad look, LA Thieves. Managing to survive, managing to stay alive right now.
He didn't chase. Okay.
Much better look out of this squad. Chance they've had a tough run of things so far.
I might get out of here.
I mean, I just feel the pain of Dave, right? I mean, he's being hunted as the bounty for this squad. We've already seen him die twice, so he has been struggling early on. But maybe good news, not a single team has been eliminated yet, so maybe Optic finally trying to bounce back from a couple early squanders that they have had. Looking for the store, maybe a couple options, trying to grab some loot, but there you go. Dave is going to fall, bounty complete, extra cash for the squad, and taking care of business. Nice shot from Almond.
Oh man, I was hoping for the second as well. That'd have been something crazy, but 5 kills for Almond.
Ben, can you come pick that
Nice
up?
night, no downs, or just a down.
No, I can't. I haven't got Lodi.
I'll pick this, bro.
I got a bounty. I have a bounty. Reese, drop me money.
Nice job again. You can hear the comms fast right now from the LA Thieves. A lot of back and forth. As confusing as it is, friends, yes, indeed. Alwyn is a part of the Minnesota Rock organization as well, but currently representing LA in today's competition.
We're on really good kills, boys. We're on 15.
For what it's worth, Miles, the first team to fall is actually the Florida Mutineers. So
finally,
this is a team on the bubble in the mix, and they found their early demise. So a massive game for them, potentially to lose ground for that top 5.
And that was one hell of a slide. I mean, that looked pretty broke to me. I don't know about you, friends, but that was redonkulous. Your boy's out and about, and whoever this player was, to quote Thanos, you should have gone for the head. Is here comes Almond. Is that player? Oh my God! Check your corners, lad. Okay, Owen gun at the ready, keeping things going. Check a door or two. Here we go. In and out we go. Benny Hill music. Wow, there we go.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's Holly! No! Not Holly!
Oh, Holly, we're so sorry.
It's a painful experience, man. What? This lobby ain't fair.
Yeah, I can't help you, Ed.
You talk about someone that wants to make use of those doors, though. That is, I mean, finesse game on point. Don't hate the player, hate the game, I think is what the kids say. And Tommy Walt might be hating both. He gets caught finessing, able to find that kill. And it seems like Thieves have constantly just been in the mix. Almond on his POV, been getting snipes, been getting those close range kills, been juggling back and forth between different stores. And maybe now thinking about that potential bounty, but they still have one active for the next 45 seconds. Prayers is at least who they have the intel on, but obviously they're not super concerned with the kills. Is hey, shout out World War II. Use that recon drone.
There's 2 people right here.
They just we found a couple here. They were I think they were making out in that tent. Can we get names? They may have been.
Okay.
Don't be a snitch.
Could have been up to third base in there, mate. Who knows?
I'll die for it straight away, Reese.
It's one for the Americans.
You then land on the roof.
Almond now. Looking to ruin the love party. Tip top. Finessing's down. You may have just been revived, but you were about to be dropped.
I got it.
Looking for an ankle or two. Oh, howdy, Rose Skin. Finesse is gone. Here comes another. Oh, that's shots indeed out of Ryder. Going to get the kill and finally put the spree of Almond to an end. 7 though before being brought down. Lovely looks out of him, keeping the team afloat.
And right now, Thieves, I mean, again, just putting in work in a kills column. For what it's worth, the next team to fall out of this game, well, it was Optic Texas. So they are 0 for 3 when it comes to having success in these games. And symptomatic of the greater problem. But right now, talk about a difficult situation. Want to get the res off, but you're in the storm, players falling, not quite looted up as much as you want to be, and quite a few teams lacking teammates for the moment during this fire sale.
Yeah. See if they can't make the most of the fire sale for now. Edge of the gas right now for Irrational. 3 kills, a little slower, but
I'm in a bad. Okay.
he knows someone's around.
Oh, you're not landing here?
Streaks as well. Another important note to add again, the precision airstrike. A saving grace for many players here on Rebirth. Last few moments now of Resurgence. To get your kills in while you can. Play as crazy as you possibly want to for now. And here comes a slow and steady hit towards that bounty again. Looking out towards tents. Eyes on. Oh my god, that'd have been a nice shot. The second nowhere near as nice. That's going to be that. Unrational. Not looking great. There we go.
There you go.
Here's the cleanup. Fingers crossed.
You can land on his loot. Right on my red thing. I just airstruck it. There's a guy behind you, Huskers.
This is so much happening. A couple players landing down. He's trying to get his teammate to go pick up that loot. I don't even know if that kill got finished, but you see Unrational at least has 4 to his name, so Gorilla's still wheeling and dealing. Sniper hasn't been perfect, but still it has done its job. Quite a few of these players grouped up together. Plenty of players alive to get that man off of respawn as well. We are getting close to Resurgence being closed, and I think it was Unrational that was responsible for the echo.
One shot, dead.
Well, there you go. A kill out of Aiden. 9 so far. He's starting to heat up.
I think he only had 2 kills coming into this game. So yeah, Aiden is absolutely cranked it up for the team.
Doing a lot better than Upton, Texas right now. That's for damn sure. Doc's looking popping right now. Looks like they might have cleaned this one up. Boat's all theirs. No more respawns, friends. Resurgence is closed for now. We'll see you again in the next one. Aiden trying to get himself into a tidy little nook, getting them all sort of cozy. Puts his cluster under the stairs for safekeeping. We'll see if he gets that a little bit later. His teammates all around him, but no one's listening. No one's listening to Aiden. Not a single thing. He's like, there's a cluster here, guys. No one gave a rat's. They've all left.
It might be because they have to take a hike, right? Like, they got bigger problems at hand. I mean, they got players falling in the sky, and hey, Aiden's already got 9. If he can hit the shot, he will take the extra kills if he can get them, but literally shooting circles around the man, spinning in circles. But keep in mind, this is looking like a very distant final circle.
Whoa! There you go. That's a long shot, friends. Out of the sky. Cleans them up, grabs his own cluster, does it all himself. Go on, Aiden. Kill number 10, what a fun one indeed. Straight towards the next circle, a lot of red dots all around. This should get hot pretty quick. So here we go, things are going to get spicy.
That is a hectic final circle. Here's a look at the snipe again, but the action obviously getting pushed the pace right now. You have players in that little tunnel. They got the deployable covers. They got everything out in a bound, but they don't have armor. Is Aiden trying to rip it from him?
He's trying, find an angle, gets one. He threads the needle. And this one, it's not quite a needle. It's a little bit more like a sledgehammer. Here comes the cluster right up top. Smith's trying to stay alive. Here comes the saving grace, though. And it's going to be your boy, Aiden. Is he maidenless? Did he manage to make something of those runes? Improve his strength, because your boy's hitting shots right now. He is taking tags, taking names. Precision airstrike calling from his teammate, keeping the pressure on in this fight. Oh no! What the hell was that?
Cat me, Smith. Nice.
4 teams left. Advanced UAV, 0 cover. You are getting flanked. Players flying in the sky. They live for the chaos, Miles.
Oh my god, it's non-stop, man. Again, look at that minimap. Players everywhere. The final battle now raging in this tiny little circle. Everyone's got a little bit of cover to work with. Not enough real estate. How very New York of them. Another shot. There's the kill. It's more kills going the way of Smith. Rate has gone down now as well. The circle will move. An uphill jog now for the members of New York. And here we go. They have to cross no man's land. Not a friendly place to be. The shots are all in. Teammates getting dropped all around him. Here we go. Smith trying to find one more. Gas mask, get the ready, get the kill if you can. Who is it?
Oh, the nade.
Oh, no, the nade. Don't get the kill. He's still alive and kicking for now. That is the win.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that was the game. Who knows what the hell just happened? But New York will thrive in that chaos. When we talk about an individual player, if you can get to double digits, that's a great game. Aiden got 12. I think Knight got 10. So, I mean, New York Subliners, if nothing else, they were already in a solid spot, but they're making sure to make a statement as they are going to almost assuredly find their way in the top 5. I think, honestly, without breaking a sweat.
That felt like a really good one for them. They needed that bounce back indeed. This is a team that, you know, we saw Smith with that second place, I believe, in the last match, in the second drop, and great individual plays out of him. But now Aiden's starting to heat things up as well. I know we saw some snipes, we saw some good pinches. Everything worked out for them in the end. It was a good one. It was a good. What happened in the final moments, though? That's Warzone. That's what happens, man. Sometimes you roll the dice and you're just in the gas looking for bodies. Yeah, I got plates. We won the game. Yay! There we go. Drop number 3. in the bag, friends. Now, one remains. And this is where things get crazy. The first 2 drops go the way of the Paris Legion. New York Subliners, of course, winning that one. Points, though, will be all over the place. The referees will be doing the maths in the background, finding out who's going to be within that bubble, who will make it towards the finals. One more drop, so they've got to actually seal your fate. Book your ticket to the grand finals. Desk. Oh, it's getting spicy.
Yo, Miles, that was a sweaty game for a second, man. At like, what, the first few minutes, no teams were getting eliminated. Nobody was really dying like that. And then towards the end in the final circle, Dream Crazy, that's when everything just went chaotic, right?
Well, off the break, the key thing that happened was Florida dropped. If Florida didn't drop there, like, I feel like this game would have been completely different. But LAG managed to take down Florida. That was huge. And then, obviously, I know we hopped on board with TBE for a little bit. They were kind of getting, like, in some situation with snapshot grenades. But switching over to NYSL, how they ended it, it was perfect. You kind of had that 2-2 split, right? You had Aiden with the sniper, and the fact that they were working that dock side, what was perfect about having the sniper is he was getting free picks off the sky. So people were able to come in, even though he got down, he had Z Smith there to revive him. It was just that constant ebb and flow from NYSL, and then with the precisions at the end there, that was perfect from them.
It was an absolute beatdown, as we just saw on our screen off that first drop on the rooftops there. But Aiden was absolutely frying. And I think my favorite part in the end was once Aiden went down, I believe like 10, 11 eliminations under his belt, his teammates were just lighting up the kill feed. They were just surrounding him and just killing everything in sight. That's why we blinked and suddenly the drop was over. But you're right, it did start a lot slower because, again, there was only 2 more drops. Now only 1 more. And this was do or die for a lot of teams, and for New York to get this big of a dub with the amount of eliminations that they had, I cannot imagine what the multiplier did.
I believe I'm looking at the unofficial leaderboard right now that we have here, and they had 25 points. It says with that 2 times multipliers, give them 50, put them in a very comfortable spot. And then also Jackal gets carried. Fantastic squad. They turned up in that match. They had 24 points and they got 3rd. At least what I'm seeing right here. So they should get, I believe, is a 1.5 times multiplier, which puts them in contention. So this last game, really, like, it's going to decide everything, as it should be. And, you know, Jackal gets carried. It's funny, it's a fitting name, as Jackal was the one who carried that game with 8 kills for the squad. But, yeah, man, that was a lit one there. And you guys talked a little bit about Aiden. I really liked how he was playing with that sniper, got the down behind the barricade, that puts the precision strike to clean him up. It was beautifully played by New York.
The whole setup that New York had towards that final hill was just perfect, right? But now we're going into the last drop. And with Florida being the first team to get knocked out right there, it is time for them and other teams to really pick it up, Allie, because there's no more after this.
There's no more. And for the likes of like Paris and New York, like Paris, obviously they have won the first 2 drops. They're pretty safe. New York now with a lot of points under their belts. Now we're looking at the teams like Florida, like LAG, to really have a big game for to secure their spot, because again, it's that top 5 that they're fighting for. There's a couple teams just a little too low. They'd have to have an insane, like nothing we've ever seen before. Final drop. Shout out Optic, unfortunately. But again, we're looking at LA Thieves, right? They still have yet to place in the multiplier. We have yet to see anything super stand out from them. So that leaves room up for interpretation for a team like Jackal gets carried to force their way into the top 5.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 more drop left to go. We're going to get that right on the other side of the break. We'll see you there for some more hot and heavy Warzone action. We'll see you soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League desk, and also welcome back to the guest analyst, Dream Crazy. And Dream Crazy, you weren't able to hear us, but we're going over the leaderboard here right now. And looking at the top 5 that will move on to the finals, it looks like Jackal Gets Carried are going to have to remain strong if they do not want to lose their spot to go to the finals.
Yeah, and that's going to be the thing. I feel like with this last game, we're going to see like everybody play aggressive. Maybe we won't. Either they're going to play really fast or really slow, but they're going to have to keep up that, try to find a way to get all those kills. It's going to be hard to do, but very possible.
Yeah, it's looking like they have about a 10-point lead on Diverge, who's in 6th place. So for Jacko, it's really just about trying to pick up a couple kills here and there. But this is like a weird one to go into, this 4th drop. Yeah. You know why? Because you look at teams like New York and Paris, like they have such a big lead. There's really like they've already qualified to make it to the finals, right? It's not like seeding really matters that much.
Not at all.
Matter at all. So like they might just play like maniacs. So if you end up landing near them, like that's tough. They're just gonna sprint at you, might throw out your setup there, or it could be some free kills. So it's gonna be absolute chaos here in game number 4, and we got at least one of the teams that qualified through Open possibly make it into the top 5. They're battling it out.
Yep, you got that right. All right, Miles and Chance, the last drop. Let's see who's going to get that top 5 spot heading into the finals.
Oh, God only knows at this point, mate. It's still up for grabs for a few, but it's wonderful to see, again, those open bracket teams making their way in. They played through the in-game playlist. They went up against some of the best in the world, and now they're finding themselves potentially in a grand finals here. Woo, baby, here we go. The final drop of this semi-final. Who the hell? Chance we're going to say goodbye to half of these players. Who do you think it'll be? Name them all in alphabetical order.
Okay, well, I'll start with the A's. No, I absolutely cannot do that. But what I will say is New York Subliners for that last game just strung together a 70-point game, right? Pothoff got the 2x multiplier in the end. Even Optic Texas, if they can replicate that, they jump into the top 5. So it is genuinely anyone's game. Anyone can still get into the mix. But right now, the biggest bubble team, well, it will be Jackal Gets Carried. So this is the squad. They have 39 points. It is Team Diverge behind them with 29. So this is the one game you cannot afford to have a stinker. You got to put in the work.
No more stinkers, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it.
Money on the buy.
Money on the buy. Cash all over the place. Finding a lot of cash at the moment. The team's looking to load their pockets up, trying to get them loadouts. Let's see how we go. Shout out again to everyone watching this one live on YouTube. You in the chat. I know there's a ton of Florida Mutineers fans in there. There's one guy that's like, well, if Dave Paddy's dead, I'm leaving. Good news is, it's Rebirth, baby. It keeps coming back.
I mean, yeah, he died 3 times last game in the first minute and a half, 2 minutes of the game. So there can be a lot of Dave Paddy death if that's what you're looking for. And that's also a team, by the way, very much on the bubble. They have 23 points. They are 16 behind the top 5. And obviously, this is the team they're trying to compete against. And it looks like one player fell, but at least they took someone down with them. You have your loadouts. You should be in a good spot, but maybe you're falling one by one as players everywhere going down.
Jackal tagged up. Easy recovery again. Self-revives right off the rip. Oh, dear. Who's that?
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Johnny, bro. Run, Johnny. Johnny, be good. Johnny, be fast, slick. Get out of there. He's in serious trouble. 5 seconds to stay alive. His teammate's going to be coming back into the action, keeping things afloat. Run, Johnny. He's freaking out. He's freaking out.
He survived, though. He survived for his teammate. Whoa. That is all he needed to do. Good Lord.
Oh, my God. Wait, the battle's still going. His team.
All right, Iron. That's Huskers in them.
We gotta regain somehow. I'm going for the sniper tower. I'm gonna try to stay alive.
These comms are so intense.
I'm just trying to stay alive. You guys gotta figure out something.
Figure it out. Good luck.
You make top 5 out of this, excuse me, you are guaranteed cash and moving on to the finals, and obviously an opportunity to play for quite a bit more, or do you take the instant gunfight in front of it up? That's Grevenko to take him down. Grevenko at the moment, I think have actually got enough kills, so they are also in the mix to take over this squad. So Jackal might be falling to the wrong team at the wrong time.
Oh my word.
Are you good over there, Orange?
Yeah, but don't go control. There's loads.
Tense moments across Rebirth.
No, I'm dead. Stay alive.
Oh, good God.
Knight, once again, he's been in shots all heat long.
Where do we go?
There's a
Johnny.
right here.
Oh, we're down here.
Still good. Slimy Dookie, again, what a name.
From control, I think.
The names are great today.
You got
I
enough
would say,
for
if
Lodi?
nothing else. But again, this is the team that they had a 13-point buffer. They only have a single kill. And I mean, there's already two, maybe three teams nipping at their heels. So they need to have a Resurgence. Again, you cannot afford to have a stinker, but one kill between the four of you is exactly that. And especially for the fact that they had a loadout drop as well so early on. These guys right now feeling the pressure.
These things happen. To the tents over there by fucking whatever it's called.
By what? Loadout now on this way. Yeah, whatever it's called. Just those tents. Jackal, Slimy Dookie drifts now. Getting loadouts. Johnny's still good and keeping the play alive. And I'll tell you what, mates, it was close.
I think one of you stay on the boat and stay alive.
That was a suggestion or an order? Difficult to tell.
I think one of you stay on the boat and stay alive.
So good, we'll hear it twice.
As again, I'm not sure if anyone's going to actually do it. The team seems to have split. And again, you can see that mini-map. Everyone's kind of dipping all over the place.
Just let us know if you're going to die so we can play a little slower.
That's sound advice. I see the AK as well. This is the Cold War variant of that. What a weapon that bad boy was for quite some time. Claymore's out and about. You never know. Could net you a down, could net you a kill.
At the very least, I think the Claymore just sort of tells you when somebody's coming in. If they shoot it, just the audio cue of like, oh, okay, we're getting flanked right now. Good to know. So you can make those adjustments. This is the subliners who, at the exact moment, I know it's between them and Paris of whether or not they're going to be the front runner, but they just had a clinical game number 3 and at least right now a handful of kills as well in game number 4. So these guys right now just trying to keep that momentum going. Looks like Dill gets dropped, but he takes one to the grave with him. And obviously quite a few players alive. They are in a dandy spot.
Still chilling inside HQ, which looks to be some kind of storeroom. Oh, sees a buttocks, shoots it, chase him down. Who is that? Oh, ankle's broken. It's Wars. He's gone.
I'm dead.
Here comes another.
I'm dead.
Oh, nice shots. I think that was Scumman who would have got the final kill there. Again, that was multiple teams in different situations. Yeah. Lordy, that was nuts.
That's like your top 3. That is literally Paris, New York, and Gorillas that are all in the same mix fest in whatever that building was. So some of your dogs going at it, and maybe if they're taking each other down, an opportunity for teams towards the bottom to deal with somebody else.
No way. What the
actually,
hell?
Unfortunately, I see 9 teams left, by the way. I think Miles, the team that got eliminated, I think it was Jackal's squad.
Oh, man.
Or maybe not. Maybe it was the dad thoughts, actually. Maybe I'm a liar. But either way, someone has fallen.
That's all right. Someone's down.
Tower de-sniped them. Sorry, de-sniped another guy. The tower's still there.
Oh, it's getting intense over here. Again, last time the Gorilla was in New York, it didn't go too well, I don't think.
He's pushing.
Shout out the King. Talking about Kong and Operation Monarch on its way to you now, Call of Duty fans. I'm a Godzilla guy, though. I'm not going to lie. Kong would get rocked, dude. It's just...
Yeah, Godzilla wins that for sure. He
come
has
on,
it,
man.
right?
The breath. He's like, come on, man. I didn't watch Godzilla vs. King Kong because it's a sham, but whatever. Here we go, though. Back over to it. Now, Alohami, we saw him... Oh, go on, son. Oh.
That's a Gorilla in the sky.
Airborne.
Well, not for long.
His teammates are all over that. They're surely, man, he was so close in that shot. Thinking about what skin to buy though now. Mecha Godzilla. Maybe Mecha Godzilla actually. Anyway, I digress.
To the opposite side, yeah. We're not looking at that side.
Good comms.
I need sniper ammo. Someone D or somebody.
Yeah, the team's just trying to keep control of this top side of prison. This is the hot spot. You got a perfect line of sight across the entirety of the map. As you've seen, Alohami hitting those shots coming. This player's coming in from respawn. But again, for now, playing it slow, trying to stay alive, keep the kills up, break into that top 3. But now there's still 9 teams remaining. Chance. This has definitely been one of the slower games we've seen. You'd expect it. Last heat. The last sort of round here of these heats.
And this is very much, again, for everybody that's pretty much not New York or Paris, like desperation to either secure that top 5 or leapfrog from the bottom. Get the intel man in the mini mod going for some style points while flying the helicopter, because why not? You have the comfortable lead.
It does indeed. Teammates down though.
Get loadout so it doesn't disappear. I'm a team player. Someone has to be freaked out by me. Oh God, no, they're not happy.
They probably think it's a squad up there. Nah, it's just Dill. It's Dill literally flying solo.
I'm just trying to play my life.
Is that what you're doing? That is not what that looks like to me.
Oh, go on. Oh, get him. Oh my God, what a catch. Somehow not killing himself there. Oh my God, Dill. Okay. Look, that same attack vector. Let's see it again. Did he get that kill? Does teammate get it at least?
I could not tell you. I do know that this is clearly a team that is willing to have fun in these moments because this is a game they can afford to do it. So why not?
All right, we'll say bye-bye to the chopper for now. That was a great one.
Yeah.
If he killed that player on the roof, my God. Let's go to the top 10. Word Chris Bucket. Back over to Wars. Powerhouse from Paris Legion. Still keeping the dream alive. As you can hear, broken glass and bullets absolutely wrecking this nice big old building inside. Rebirth Island. Nice shots in the second. Slides right into his death. And it's the Mutineers! Oh my word. They're out! 9th place. And it was Willett. It was coach of the Mutineers' chance picking up those final few kills. His teammates also got dropped from somewhere else. Oh, baby. Over to the GOAT.
And the GOAT has 4 kills. So I think the Optic Texas coming into this had like 3 combined. So Carver trying to take things a little bit more seriously. Again, this is a team all the way at the bottom, but one strong win, and you can easily jump into the top 5. Again, I think Paris, in the least amount of points they've gotten for a win was 50. And right now, 50 is good enough to get you in the top 5.
Yep, just watch it.
So pressure's on. They need these kills.
Automaton in the hands of Z-Laner. Oh, Bibi, that's a snipe. Nice shots indeed. Sebas is here for the immediate recovery. Everyone wearing those beautiful new Vanguard Optic Texas skins. Available now in store.
And I'm looking at the update, by the way, Miles. I know it's provisional and it is very difficult to track this as it goes on, but I think right now Jackal is like a 2-point gap between them and Team Diverge for the top 5 bubble. Grav & Co is like on their heels, 5 points down. Florida is a point down after that, and Dadbots is only 3 down. So you have maybe 5 or 6 teams in the battle for top 5, all within 10 points of each other.
Scumman is trying to hit some absolute style shots here. He's in a bit of trouble.
I'm plating up.
Playing on the outside of the circle now.
He's on the other turret, Scum. I'm trying.
His teammates are well spread out, so this is basically a one-man show for Scumman.
There could be one. We never got a full. He's somewhere here.
Here comes his teammates. It's gonna be Huskers coming in with a plate delivery.
Do you want to push it?
4 kills for Scumman now, right now for the LAG team. We'll see how many the rest have, but
you never got your full deal, right?
Keep in mind, Scumman is your overall kill leader, and hey, there's another one to add to the tally. I think that should be number 32 maybe number 33 right in front. Of course he wins it because he wins them all.
Oh my God.
Drops the next one, but he's got 4 more players nearby.
All right, they bring out the big guns to try to bring down Scumman. Here comes the fly. He's going to get out of dodge well and truly. Teammate in hand as well. Sweet child of mine. What a run that was.
Yeah,
Final 3 teams
are in there in the middle.
Things got crazy real quick. Can LAG keep it going?
Everybody's system in there. Oh, what?
Scumman somehow surviving that fight. We'll have to see a replay of that a little bit later on, kids, but here we go. Oh, ay.
Tagged him. Cracked him on the tag.
Tagged up. Covering fire. Will the medics be able to get into the field and manage to get Scumman back onto his feet? Oh no! Huskers is down. Apathy's down. He's down as well. Rational, the last player left up. Oh my God, the hit squad's on its way through, and it's the Thieves.
Yes, I know, yeah.
Meanwhile, up high, overlooking the battlefield. Tags
this
are
could
in.
be it for top 5, by the way. This could be it for top 5.
Oh my God, LA Thieves are being ripped apart. High ground covered. Circle all good.
No.
A quick buyback.
Hold on, control. He's about back too.
Listen to the absolute ferocity in the comms. Here we go.
Landing. Enemy soldier nearby. Get top control. Right here. They're below me.
Oh my God. What is going on? Gas, coughing, noises, gunfire on the roof. Who is that?
Fucking go!
Language! But what a victory! De Niro, T Blicky, Aloha Main Intense, the victory in the 4th heat of the semi. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen. What does that do to the score? We'll find out in a minute. Really had no idea what was going on there in the final moments, though, Chance. It didn't really feel like anyone else did, to be honest. That was pandemonium.
whatever the case may be, that was Team Diverge. I think coming into this, I know they were one of the bubble teams. They were in 6th or 7th or 8th. They literally could have been in 9th place. I can't remember where they started, but they were not top 5. And if you get the win in the final game, that multiplier has to kick in. And I think they're going to jump up and leapfrog and take over that spot and find their way into the finals.
Who knows, baby? Well, that is it. The 4 drops are complete here in our semi-final, or one side of the semi-final. Team Diverge, I cannot believe it. I think it was intense, but he was like the last guy running around. You could hear the comms, see the red dots all over the place, and it was the LA Thieves, the team who managed to walk over second there. So again, lots of points for them. We saw them picking up kills towards the end of the matchup. But again, who knows? Woo-hoo! Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to do the maths. We're going to find out who makes it through top 5, advancing that grand finals from this side of the semis. Oh, lordy. It's going to come down a real close one. But hey, Desk, we saw it all. If that rooftop kill, though, with the chopper,
that would have been the best thing ever.
They were trolling.
Dill was getting loose right there. I was hoping that it happened, but actually the biggest story right now is the simple fact that Team Diverge, when everything mattered, when all the bread was on the table, the boys ran away with it.
Blicky, they ended up turning up, man. They had to beat Jackal by 11 points in order to take over the 5th place, and they beat them by a hell of a lot more than 30. That. Yeah, I mean, because they got the 2 times multiplier, right? So played absolutely fantastic, and in the unofficial standings, they are in that top 5, so we do have an open team making it through. We knew there'd be at least one belly. As you can see your highlights here, these guys played great throughout. And then New York, you could tell that there was really not a huge sense of urgency for these guys. They had just put up an insane score, and all they had to do was just get a couple kills here to move on through. But some impressive gameplay all around from our semifinal A. I think it was everything that we expected.
Yeah, and like Nameless was saying in the green room, where it was like there was just teams kind of playing spoiler at some point. I think Dill in the helicopter was kind of just playing spoiler and something that you just would not expect to be happening, and that's what's going to happen in our 4th drops. Just crazy stuff. But I gotta talk about the fact that Scummin, when they were in that situation, pushing out that player, and Aiden, he was stunned. Scummin was full stunned in 180 turned on. I don't believe he got the ending finish on top of Aiden. He did get the ending finish. He dropped him and got the ending finish on top of Aiden. That was probably one of the nuttiest kills I've seen so far.
No, this right here would have been the best. I know Miles and Chance were just waiting to make this call. Like, that would have been hilarious. But semifinal A is pretty much done. Dream Crazy, what do you make of all this craziness right now?
It was crazy, and you know, in the beginning we were following Jackal, I believe. They were kind of one of those teams that were like, you know, right there on the points. But what happened was like they just were in a situation where they fell early, and even though I believe I can't remember one member of their team was alive, stayed alive long enough to have his teammates redeploy. But the problem is they could have never regained from that situation. They couldn't really get a footing, and that was just unfortunate. Just constantly being in that rotation of where you just don't have any weapons, you don't have your loadouts, and you're just trying to find a place to land. They couldn't capitalize on anything. So it's unfortunate they dropped, but Team Diverge held that prison the whole time, held it and held that positioning, got him that win in the end.
I think when Jackal gets carried was actually like losing gunfights earlier on in the game. It was actually against members of Team Diverge. So they were actually helping them out to surpass and to get into the finals. Exactly. And speaking of the finals, let's go ahead and check out the qualified teams so far, because this has been wild, okay? Paris Legion was dominating. We're talking about in the lead by 50 points above everybody, but then they were surpassed by NYSL. But the consistent teams, such as Los Angeles Guerrillas and also the Los Angeles Thieves, especially after that first drop, they were able to make their way to the grand finals. But also, Ali, at the end of the day, Team Diverge had the best showing, winning it all at the end. I mean, there's no better script than that, no better storyline.
Yeah, absolutely. We all obviously want the open bracket teams to make it to the finals, right? We want that upset potential, and for it to be Team Diverge, again, we were talking about teams like Dadbods, Gravenco, Jackal gets carried. I feel like they kind of slid under our radar, and now here they are in the top 5 heading into the finals, in that money as well. So I'm excited what they can do against the semifinals B team as well.
You got that right. All right, Nameless, so far we have pros, we have Warzone Demons, and we also have an amateur team in the mix. We have all 3, man.
Yeah, we do. I'm ready to see our pros step it up, though. All right, you know, this Florida team, they're stacked with pro players. They were doing good in the beginning. Then games 2 and 3, they just kind of fell apart. So on this other side, some of these pro players, I'm expecting them to pop off, step it up, and make a name for the CDL pros here in this Warzone tournament.
You got that right. Now, Ellen, when it comes to watching an amateur team make it, do you think that they're going to match up well heading off of this type of momentum against the best out there?
See, and I don't want to say that they can't, because obviously they can. But it's just with this tournament and the format and just how crazy that you could jump on the leaderboards. Absolutely, I think you can. It's just really going to be about them and how they handle these situations, and obviously the versatility and being able to just come out on top. Just believe that you could achieve, and you got it.
I'm rooting for him, Dream Crazy. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy, but let's go ahead and take a look at the team standings as well to see how things went down exactly. NYSL on top. And, yeah, they extended that lead over Paris Legion as well. But the thing is, Paris Legion probably didn't win the show too much, knowing that they already qualified early. But, hey, you know, Ali, at the end of the day, round of applause to the teams that didn't make it as well. 142? New York won one game, and they got 142. I can't even imagine the amount of eliminations they had to get to surpass Paris Legion. Because, again, they won the first 2 drops, but you could obviously see the big point drop-off between the top 5 and the bottom 5. Right. Shout out to Aiden and everybody on NYSL. Nameless, when it comes to everybody that you see on this list that made it to the finals, man, who actually impressed you the most? Because you got Paris, you got NYSL, but also individuals everywhere that went nuts.
Yeah, I think Skullface and the Paris Legion squad, they impressed me the most. They were extremely consistent throughout. I mean, they won 2 games. If they can keep up that consistency, because remember, the finals is 6 drops. It's not 4. Yeah. You're going to have to be consistent. And for teams like LA Thieves, while they did get top 4, it was really just 1 or 2 games that put them in that spot. So for Paris Legion, staying consistent throughout is going to be how you win this tournament. So I'm looking at that team going into the finals. You'll be all right. Shout out to Skullface, okay? Actually, shout out to Aiden, because we have an interview with him, and I can't wait to get him on board for this, because NYSL, the moment they pulled away ahead, they did not look back at all. So NYSL, once again, leading the way, taking first place after Paris Legion were pretty much running the table. And when it comes to NYSL, I mean, Nameless, this team heading into the finals, they have to feel the best out of everybody. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that game was massive. They got 71 points, I think it was, from the game that they won, and the 4th place team had 77. So they were literally like 5-6 points off of qualifying with 1 game. So for New York, I mean, they look super comfortable. You see Dill flying around with the chopper, like picking up kills. You see Aiden popping big 2 pieces. He was running at LAG full force by himself to like solo chow. So the band is confident. So I'm excited to see how they go into the finals. Definitely. Now, let's go ahead and get Aiden on the mic for that interview. Aiden, first things first, congratulations on the big win, big dog. And thank you. Basically, when did you guys flip the switch? What was figured out for you all to just basically run away with it? Because you guys destroyed after that first drop.
Let's be honest here. My team knows I'm the superstar, so, you know, I just sent my puppets in and just took it from there. No, I'm just joking. But on a real note, first 2 games, we're kind of just figuring out our flow, figuring out our landing spot, kind of seeing what the other teams were going to do. I think that was the most important thing, is not really, or is figuring out what the other teams were doing so that we could play around that. But we've been having really good starts, been able to get our loadie right away, which we couldn't do the first couple games. So we got our load out early, and we're just free roaming. And I've just been letting Dill and Knight kind of make the calls. They've been really good IGLs, and things just have been flowing since there.
And you talk about, you know, trying to feel out the other teams and what they were going to do. Obviously, you and Z-Smith have dropped into multiple rebirths together. And so with the addition of, you know, the open bracket teams and the CDL pros, was it like, did it feel a lot different than a normal drop-in on rebirth?
No, I would say it felt pretty similar to the other tournaments. We haven't done squads too much. I mean, usually it's like trios. So having an extra player on each team, it's been a little bit easier to get like reses off and stuff. You can, you know, you have an additional player that can just like hide and regain and bring you guys back. But no, it feels pretty similar to how they usually run.
Aiden, you guys are killing it, man. I hope you guys continue. But I want to ask you, like, in Rebirth, obviously you get a respawn. Does it allow you to be like a little bit more strategic as opposed to like, you know, back in the normal Warzone tournaments where you die, you're out? So do you guys have sort of landing spots that you go to? So when you do die, you come back and maybe go to another spot? Like, add more strategy to the game since you have those respawns.
Yeah, I think Rebirth is really interesting because, like, when you have someone that comes back, you can do a couple things. You can float, like if your teammates are about to get in a fight, that guy that just got res back can float. He can land back in like a random building and try to survive. I think there is a lot of strategy when it comes to like keeping your team alive and just keeping the flow going compared to regular Caldera.
All right, Aiden, very last question. What were the comms like when Dill was in the heli, man, and he almost got that kill on that rooftop?
I heard, well, honestly, I didn't know he was going for any kills. I thought he was just flying around in the heli distracting people. And then I heard he's like out here seat swapping, like trying to kill people out of the plane. Like, props to him, man. He's a different breed. Oh, the whole time? That's nuts. Whole time. Yeah, he's a crazy guy for that. But yeah, he was doing a good job keeping us alive, staying in that heli.
Yeah, you got that right. Hey, Aiden, man, keep killing it. Can't wait to see you in the grand finals. We're about to get over to the semifinal B teams. You might want to go ahead and watch that, and we'll talk to you later, man. Congrats on your success. Oh, no problem. All right, Dream Crazy, you weren't able to ask him any questions, but were there any takeaways from that interview at all?
No, it's kind of as expected. Like he said, just with the strategies and like how you have to get like regain, and obviously with the chopper at the end there, how he stay alive with Dill in it. But no, kind of to be expected. Nothing really here for me, to be honest. Honestly, I kind of expected as a player, competitive player. That's usually how it goes. Like you just have to adapt to those situations. And I mean, a person like Aiden, like he's just so good at doing it. You know, Caldera or Rebirth, they just know what they're doing.
I think the funniest thing is that, like, he didn't know that Dill was kind of going rogue. It was like, oh, yeah, Dylan was the person keeping us alive, you know, keeping our squad alive. We're all watching him swap seats and try to, like, get close to the rooftop about to crash, and then he's like, oh, nope, drivers, pull it back up. So I think that's kind of comedy. So I'm hoping to see some of that lightheartedness in the finals as well.
The best part about that was Dill was laughing the entire time, and Aiden had no idea what he was doing. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the semifinal. 8 games. We have one more semifinal to go, and we're going to see the likes of teams such as the London Royal Ravens and also Boston Breach. Can't forget about FaZe as well. We'll catch you guys on the other side of this break to continue on with this Warzone event, and see you guys soon.